Hello. Let me know when you're in here. Let me double check that I am the right way up in my page. All right, looks like it's working. So, hey everyone, happy Friday. I just went for an amazing sushi lunch and I had a little nap, so my Friday is going pretty nicely. Let me know how you're doing. Please say hello when you're checking in. As always, give me a hashtag live if you're going to be watching this live. Give me a hashtag replay if you're on the replay. A hashtag GLTV fan if you've been watching this whole series, and a hashtag new if you're new to this, so that we can make a connection. So if you get value from this training tonight, I'm going to be sharing 3 strategies on lucid living and a little bit of a, I guess, assignment for lucid dreaming too. Do give it a share. The more people that can access this, the better. The more we can share these things with everyone who needs them. So let me know when you're logged in. Let me know where you're also logging in from. It's also really interesting to see where everyone's connecting from. So welcome to episode 8 of Get Lucid TV. And this episode, we're gonna get lucid on manifestation, both dream manifestation and life manifestation. So this is a series, if you haven't tuned in before, where I share a whole range of what I call no BS strategies. They're taken from lucid living techniques, they're taken from lucid dreaming techniques, practices that I have implemented all myself. I don't share anything that I don't have real results from, that I haven't got results from myself. So this is all gold that helped me to live my dream life, to have the life that I wanted to live, to bring all that into reality. Oh, let me just check that this is working. Okay, it looks like it is. Sorry about that. So tonight I want to talk about, oh, awesome. Hello from Kenya, that's amazing. So tonight I want to talk about something that really hit me after working with some of my clients this week. And that is this concept of limiting expectations. This comes up in a lot in lucid dreaming work. It's one of those practices where people overestimate how well they can do in the practice. They overestimate their ability to master dream work. So we all know those people who they give this a try for a week, for 2 weeks, and then they get deflated when they don't get lucid. They underestimate how much this could really transform their lives and actually help them if they were even going to stay in this practice for a year, for a month, for a long length of time. So after the coaching sessions, I sat back and I wanted to think about this for a minute. And I started to reflect on my own journey and the phases that I've been through. And I was looking back through my own dream journals, and I thought about how this is true. How back then I had such different expectations, I had different dreams, I had a totally different mindset even just a few years ago. And I would have never imagined that I would be in this position doing this type of work today. I was looking back on my own situation a few summers ago where I was working several different jobs. I'd just left Japan. I felt like a little bit of a failure, and I was just grinding it day in, day out to make whatever money that I could. And that fear that came with that was huge. And I knew that I wanted to go into this work professionally. dream work, but I hadn't been in school for the longest time. I'd been out of school for the best part of 10 years. I didn't do very well or have much to show for my school life anyway. So I was trying to work multiple jobs on top of applying for a master's, and I really remember the stress of that and how that felt, and that was only a couple of years ago. And whilst I was in Japan, I had mastered Japanese. I'd got myself into very good Japanese companies, and when I came back to England, I got a job with Mitsubishi Materials, and my entire workday was in Japanese. I wasn't communicating using any English at all, and so people thought that this was really impressive, and it does seem impressive on paper, but no matter what it looked like to other people, my point was that I didn't feel full in my heart. In my heart, I wanted to be doing something that really made a difference in people's lives. And I also wanted to be in a business where I could have more control over my life. So give me some flame emojis, whether you're on live or on the replay, if you're one of those people who has ever been giving something your all. You just work and work and work with all your heart, but you know that what you're working on right now is not the thing that you were born to do. You know that there's a bigger purpose for you, and so you're working and working, or maybe saving and saving and saving for something. You've got that something. Who in here has had that experience? Let me know. Because looking back, I can say that for me, the best decision, the best investment that I ever made at that time of my life that stopped me getting stuck in that endless cycle was paying for my own knowledge. I see people all the time who are really scared, so they invest in different things when what they should be doing is actually investing in their own knowledge and skills. So now today, just a few years down the line in this kind of lifestyle that I'm leading, I feel like I'm living at the polar opposite end of that. I have flexibility with where I can live. I have flexibility with the hours I can work. I have flexibility with my finances, with who I want to work with, which is huge, because I can choose exactly where I want to spend my time and my energy, and that in itself is priceless, right? I'd never ever been cut out for that 9-to-5 lifestyle. I couldn't do school. I'm a high school dropout. I just couldn't do the life where, you sit in a box from 9 to 5, or you go into a job that you really just don't care about, and you have time to just come home, have dinner, and go to bed. That concept, honestly, it makes me feel a bit sick. And I know it works for some people, and good for you if it's working for you. It's definitely not for me, and I have a feeling that some of the people tuned in tonight are also in that boat where they know that that lifestyle is not for them. It doesn't excite me. Maybe it doesn't excite you. I want an extraordinary life. I want to make memories. I want to dream big, and today I'm able to do that. And that all comes down to the things I've learned. It's actually what I know. It's the knowledge that I have that counts. I could lose this business for some reason, lose it tonight, and I know that tomorrow I could build a new one. I would do it again because I have the knowledge to do so. So being a lucid entrepreneur, part of this is a mindset, and that's what brings in real freedom. When you can continue creating that same success for yourself, your mindset is one of those things that it just can't be taken away from you. So tonight I want to talk about how I made the past few years of my life, my dreams, turn into a reality. And I want to share with you how you can turn your dreams into a reality as well. So this includes with business, wealth, but it's also tied into happiness, fulfillment, and quite honestly, those things are in and of each other because you you can't run a sustainable business if your life is a total mess, and you can't have a happy life if your business is a total mess. So to me, those are one of the same thing. So I want to share 3 things tonight that really helped me make that shift into that lucid entrepreneur lifestyle and mindset. And these are 3 things that if I could go back and share them with myself, it's what I would want to tell myself when I was first starting out in this space. So number 1 is get lucid on your financial priorities. Okay, I speak with so many people who are in a real pickle because they want to start school or they want to invest in a course that they know that can make a difference for them, right? But they then complain about not having the financial freedom to do so. The truth is if you want something, you can find the money to do it. A couple of years back, I think it was probably around 2018 in April, I just came to the States. I moved to the States. I was in the middle of my master's. I was living in a new country, and I wanted to invest in a coach so that I could get my life in order and I could start building this business of my dreams. I needed to invest $5,000 in this coach, and I only had a couple of $1,000s in the bank. So what do, right? Most people would look at their bank account, look at the price of the coach, and just say, well, I can't do it. I don't have the means to do that. That year, I worked 7 jobs. 7. I paid for the coaching, and the coaching paid for itself. I did that alongside doing my master's. I used that financial fear to my advantage because at that point, failure wasn't an option for me. But any day, I would choose working a little bit harder to get those results. I would choose that struggle of working those 7 jobs and not really having any time or extra space for me to get me into a position where I no longer had to be stuck in the same space. I no longer had to be stuck in that cycle. So I made myself small, and I put everything that I earned into investing in me, investing in that knowledge. We lived in a shitty apartment. I had all the basics, right? We couldn't get as much takeout or those kind of luxury things as we wanted to do. But my priority was investing in me, working on making my dreams a reality. It was my self-development. So the amount of messages that I receive from people who have this problem, they want to start up that course, they want to start up that business, they want to get things rolling, but they're all sat in a house where they're eating takeout, they're going shopping on the weekends, they're buying clothes, they're buying that thing on Amazon, they're going for drinks on the weekend. So really, it's all about what your priority is, right? It's never that you can't make the money. The money's there. You can make it, you can, but it's about being committed to the wrong things. Invest in you. Focus on the right things. You will never regret that. Make the right choices, make the right decisions, and I urge you to start on that today. Strategy point number 2 is getting lucid on your daily celebrations. So we've all come across those people who are focused on the end goals, right? They say that they'll go on that trip to Hawaii once they hit that 10K month. Or, one of the biggest realizations that I've had from becoming a lucid entrepreneur is that those lists never end. Those people never celebrate those things because they don't give themselves the options to. The goals are never going to be finished. There's never going to be a day where I sit there and say, oh, everything's just complete now. It's done. I'm done. That's it for today. You absolutely have to celebrate your journey, the small successes. If you resonated with point 1 about financial priorities, maybe that's something as simple as saying, look, today, instead of getting that takeout, I'm going to put that $40 towards that course that I want to take, that course that I know is going to get me to a better place than the initial or short-term joy that I get from that takeout tonight. That's massive. So maybe it's doing something like that. Maybe it's doing a face mask and just basking in how hard you work today towards your own dreams. It's putting these moments that into your day that bring you back into that wider perspective. They give you balance, they give you humility, they give you happiness. If your focus is all on the end goals, you're always just going to be chasing that idea of joy. But you're missing the actual journey, you're missing the real points. You're always going to want more money, you're always going to be striving for the next thing. Once you start hitting 10K months, you move on to, okay, now I want 10K weeks. So it's not about the end goals, it's not about the figures. This is about celebrating your day to day, being here now, being in these celebratory moments now. Maybe enjoy that moment that you took 30 minutes out your day to read a book, or enjoy going on a walk with your significant other. I have my best ideas when I'm eating cheese and spending time with my girls on a Friday night. It's not, the best ideas do not come when I'm hunched over a computer, hunched over my laptop, bashing away on my keyboard. So start celebrating now. Celebrate daily. That's the discipline. And if you don't start doing that now, I guarantee that you won't know how to do it later on down the line. Strategy number 3 is get lucid on your light and how brightly you want to shine. The money that you make right now, how you're expending your time and energy, this is all a reflection of what you're currently capable of. No one else is responsible for where you are at. So look at yourself, look at your bank balance, look at your job, and let yourself know that if that is going to change, it's all on you. Who are you wanting to become? What are your next steps? How can you improve? And what is it that you need to improve at? Not everybody is cut out for living a lucid life. It's fucking hard, right? So that's why so many people would rather use their time to drink or smoke their life away rather than thinking about any of these things. It really takes courage to digest these questions. It takes courage to think about any of these things. But 99% of the people that you associate with, they're not going to be manifesting their dreams over the next 5 years. If you're resonating with some of the steps that I've been talking about on this episode, you may be the minority. You might be part of that 1%. And you get to decide which side of the percentage you want to be on. The 99% are going to continue waiting for something to change for them, waiting for something to happen. The 1% are the people that face these struggles head on. They think strategically about how they're going to overcome their current problems and how these things are going to make them even stronger, how them doing this work is making a difference and using that experience to help other people do exactly the same thing. People will hate you for choosing to be in that 1%. I guarantee it. Haters are real. And you know you're working hard. You know you're climbing that joy, that success ladder when the hate starts coming in. When you start shining brightly, you'll start seeing the other 1%ers, those people who are basking in your success. They couldn't be happier for you. They're going to encourage you to get even brighter. Start surrounding yourself with that 1% of people. But the 99% that want to stay in the shadows, they want to stay non-lucid, they're going to want you to stop exposing them. They want you to stop shining brightly because you're exposing their shadow. You're exposing how they're not dealing with their problems, their inability to take responsibility. So do not dim your light for anyone. Don't let anyone tell you how brightly you can shine. I'm going to ask you something, and I want you to leave a comment in this video. And I know 99% of people won't do that, but I know who will, and you know who will. All this stuff correlates. You're either focused on you and what you want to get out of this experience today, why you're listening to this, why you're tuning in, or you get stuck in that trap of what other people are going to think if you comment and blah, blah, blah. So if you're someone who is ready to step into that 1%, if you are ready to shine your brightest, I want you to pledge today in the chat. Let me know, put it out there in the universe. I am part of the 1% and I will not dim my light. It might seem stupid to some of you, but this is truly how all this kind of shifting work really begins. It's when you stop letting your mind tell you that you're not, and you start taking back control, taking steps, making action towards all these small decisions that you know leads into who you really are. You start running the show again. So those small moves, small pledges like this one today, start separating you as the 1% from that 99%. In my opinion, there is nothing that matters more. The alternative is looking back in 60 years' time and feeling like you lived a life that just wasn't what you were capable of really living. So start today, start the journey now, get lucid on what today's celebration will be for you, get your priorities in order, turn that light up, repeat. It's not going to be an overnight success. I can tell you horror stories that are part of this journey to where I am today, but this is all part of it. Can people manifest their dreams in as little as a year? Absolutely. Will you be one of those people? Who knows? But the only way to find out is to really give it a go, and only you can decide that. So my pledge to you guys is that I'm going to read through, I'm going to reply to every single person that pledges on here today, and I promise that I will follow your journey and I will be rooting for you for here on forward. Here's the little lucid dreaming task that I want to tie into this. So your lucid dreaming assignment for tonight is to get lucid and simply state to the dream that you want to experience yourself in pure fulfillment. I like to use the word experience because it works differently depending on what language you use. So if you say, show me myself at full fulfillment, maybe the whole scenery will change. If you say experience, it might be a scenery change, it might be an emotional shift, it might be something you see, it might be something you feel. But it's just a little bit of fun to see where your mind's at in terms of what fulfillment really means to you. Stephen, pledging, love that. All right, so thank you guys for joining me tonight. Please share this with someone else who you know can come and join us in this 1%. They need to be part of this. Let's help encourage more and more people to start dreaming big, to start getting lucid about their life today. If you are someone who wants assistance on that journey, if you're ready to make moves as a lucid entrepreneur, I'm going to be dropping a little link in the comments for my new 8-week online course. It's called the Lucid Entrepreneur Lab. There are only 10 spaces available. People are already booking on this. I've got several calls booked on Monday. So I know that if you're someone resonating with this, I know that you know if you are meant to be one of those 10 people. And if you are, I cannot wait to see you inside. So I'm wishing you guys a weekend full of dreams, full of lucidity, full of abundance, and I'll see you soon.